Hello students. So now I am going to explain about spherical mirrors. If the reflecting surface of mirror is a part of hollow sphere, it is called spherical mirror. Clear? So what is spherical mirror? If the reflecting surface of mirror is a part of hollow sphere, it is called spherical mirror. The spherical mirrors are further classified as concave mirror and convex mirror. Activity 1. Take a steel tablespoon and hold the curved surface of a spoon close to your face, then far away from your face. What do you observe? So in this activity number 1, you will find that when the spoon is close to your face, okay, the image appears bigger, erect and distorted. When the spoon is far away from your face, the image appears inverted. So the size of image may be smaller or bigger, that will depend upon your distance of the spoon from your face. Okay, and number 2, now turn the reverse surface of spoon towards your face. What do you observe? In this case, it is seen that the image is what? Upright, but smaller in size. So almost similar kind of images are seen when you see your face in a curved police objects. So these are the two activity you can do yourself and you can distinguish the image that you observe on the two surface of your spoon. Clear? So I hope you will do this activity at your home. Now concave mirror. So what is concave mirror? In case of a spherical mirrors, when the reflecting surface is curved inward, which is faces towards the center of sphere, is known as concave mirror. So you see, this is your concave mirror. This C represents the center of the spherical mirror. Okay, so you see when the reflecting surface is curved inward. So this is your reflecting surface and this reflecting surface is what? Curved inward. Then this spherical mirror is called as concave mirror. Now convex mirror. Look here, convex mirror. So in case of spherical mirrors, when the reflecting surface is curved outward, it is known as convex mirror. So this is the mirror, the reflecting surface is in this side and this side is polished and the center is on the right side. Okay, so the reflecting surface is what? Curved outward, then it is known as convex mirror. Clear? Now I will explain some the general terms that are associated with the spherical mirrors. So what are the general terms that are associated with a spherical mirror? Number 1 is called pole. So I will show the diagram also. What is pole? The midpoint of spherical mirror is called its pole and it is denoted by letter P. So now see what? Midpoint of your spherical mirror. So what is the midpoint? Suppose you can see here. Suppose this is your what? Convex mirror. The midpoint of your convex mirror is which one? At this point. At that point the pole will be okay lie. And suppose in this case concave mirror, the midpoint will be at that point, then it is called pole. Okay, I have drawn a figure also, you can see here. So this is a what? Convex mirror. You see this P point, this is the point P and this point P represents your pole. And pole in this figure is, you can see here, this is your concave mirror, this point P is your pole. Okay, so what is pole? It is the midpoint of a spherical mirror is called pole. Clear? Number B, center of curvature. The center of hollow sphere of which the spherical mirror is a part is called the center of curvature and it is denoted by letter C. Okay, so it is denoted by letter C. So as I or as we already explained now, that your convex mirror or concave mirrors are a what? Part of a spherical surface called hollow sphere. Okay, suppose this is your convex mirror, and you can consider that this convex mirror is a what? Is a part of your hollow sphere. Okay, obviously what this is a part of your hollow sphere. This one is your convex mirror, and you can consider what? This convex mirror is a part of your hollow sphere. So what is the center of this sphere? This is C. This C is called what? Center of curvature, and it is denoted by letter C. Next, number C, principal axis. An imaginary line that is passing through the pole and center of curvature of a spherical mirror is called principal axis. So what is principal axis? It is a line called imaginary line. That means that does not actually present this line, but we have to imagine, and we have to imagine that this line is passing through your pole and center of curvature. Okay, suppose this is your center and this is your point P is pole, then the line should pass through this pole and center. You can see here in this figure we have drawn here, this is your pole and this is your center. So this line is what? Principal axis. Okay, so you see this line, this is what? Principal axis. Okay, I hope you can draw this figure. You can make pause and draw this figure. It will help you to identify the different terms that we use in case of spherical mirrors. So this is your principal axis, this is your pole, and this is your center. Next is number D, called the linear aperture. The diameter of a spherical mirror is called its linear aperture. Okay, so what is diameter means? Suppose you can see here also in this convex mirror. So the reflecting surface is from here to here only, no? From this point to this point. So these are the reflecting surface. So diameter from here to here, if you draw a line, that will be your diameter of the spherical mirror. So this is called linear aperture. Okay, so you can see here in this figure, this your number A figure is your old convex mirror. So from point A to A dash, from point A to A dash, this line I have drawn here, you can see this is called linear aperture. Understood? What is this? This is the diameter of your reflecting surface. And in this case, in this figure, you can see here, this is concave mirror, this is your reflecting surface. So from point B to B dash, this line you can see here I have drawn, this is your linear aperture. Okay, so it is called the diameter of your reflecting surface or spherical mirror is called linear aperture. So in figure A dash A, and in figure B dash B is the linear aperture. Okay, in figure A what? A dash A, and figure B dash B. So in this figure A dash, this line, this is the linear aperture, and in figure B your this B dash is your linear aperture. Next term is principal focus. It is a point on the principal axis where a parallel beam of light after reflection either actually meets or appear to meet. It is denoted by letter F. Okay, so you can see here in this figure, what is the point? This point is called focus, simply represented by letter F. So what is the characteristics of this point? That you can say again, it is a point on the principal axis where the parallel beam of light after reflection either actually meets or appear to meet. Okay, so in this figure A, what you see, this F point, suppose this is your incident ray, dA is incident ray, and when it strikes the reflecting surface of the convex mirror, then the reflected ray is your AE. But if you draw it in the backward direction, then it appears to pass through the point F. Similarly, D dash A dash is the incident ray. When it strikes the mirror and after reflection it becomes A dash E dash, and if you draw in the backward direction, then it appears to pass through the point F. Okay, so this line what this test line meet means they appears to meet at a point on the principal axis. This line is called principal axis. They appears to meet at point. That point is called principal focus. Similarly, in this figure also, you can see here this dB and d dash b dash are the incident ray. When they are reflected by the surface, they pass through the point F. So they actually meet at a particular point F, and this F point is lying on the principal axis. So this point is called what? Principal focus. So in case of concave mirror, the principal focus is in front of it, and in case of convex mirror, the principal focus is behind it. So this is your concave mirror. So you can see this F is called what? Principal focus, and this focus is lying in front of the concave mirror. Okay, and this point F is lying behind the mirror. In case of convex mirror, the principal focus is lying behind the mirror. Next, number F is focal length. The linear distance between the pole and the principal focus is called focal length. It is denoted by letter F. So you can see in this figure, this pole and this is your F. The distance between these 2 points from pole to F. Understood? From distance from pole to principal focus. This letter, we have represented this length as simply F. Okay, the distance from pole to focus is called focal length. Here you can see this is your focus and this is your pole. So the distance between this focus and pole is called what? Focal length. Next is your Z number is radius of curvature. The linear distance between the pole and the center of curvature is called the radius of curvature. Okay, between the pole and center of curvature. This is P is your pole on the surface. This is called the midpoint of your reflecting surface. This is P is the pole, and C is the center of curvature. C is the center of curvature. The distance, the linear distance between pole and center of curvature. This distance is called what? The radius of curvature. Okay, so you can see from pole to center of curvature is R. And in this figure you see this is your center of curvature and this is your pole. The distance from center to curvature is called radius of curvature. It is denoted by letter capital R. The focal length of spherical mirror is half of the radius of curvature. So as you know, from F to P is called what? Focal length, and C to P is called what? Radius of curvature. So it is find that the distance from focus to pole is half of the distance from center to pole. That is, focal length is half of radius of curvature. Okay, so you see focal length F is half of radius of curvature. Therefore, you can write the radius of curvature is twice the focal length. Next, number H is focal plane. What is focal plane? An imaginary plane passing through principal focus such that it is at right angle to the principal axis is called focal plane. So what is this? This is an imaginary plane. Suppose I am drawing here, you can see, suppose this is your concave you can see here this is a plane. Suppose you can give any name, L, M, N, R. Okay, suppose L, M, N, R is a plane and this plane is passing through your focus, but this is perpendicular to your principal axis. Suppose this is your principal axis, this is your what? Principal axis. So this plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis and passing through the principal focus is called as what? Focal plane. Okay, so this is your focal plane. So these are the terms which are used for defining, which are used in case of spherical mirrors, in the study of spherical mirrors. Okay, so we have learned about the spherical mirror, concave mirror, convex mirror, the definition of concave mirror, definition of convex mirrors, the different terms that are pole, center of curvature, principal axis, linear aperture, then principal focus, focal length, and radius of curvature. The last is what? Focal plane. Okay, so this was the last topic for today.